So today we are going to discuss about the queuing model. So in everyday life there will be a number of people arrive at a cinema theater. So what is queue is nothing but waiting line of a customer. So waiting line of a customer, we will say it is a queuing model. In the queuing model there are the two things are there. One is customer and next one is server. Customer means arriving people, we can say it is a customer, whereas the person issuing the tickets, we can say it is a server. So based on the two things, the queue discipline and the queue model can be derived. So when parallel, the arriving customer may form single queue or several queues or in common in the big post, then we can say it is a constant or variables. It is served in single or in batches. So there will be a queue system. So mainly the queue system focus on the four things. One is input, next one is service mechanism, other thing is queue discipline, and finally we can say it is a customer behavior. So what is meant by input behavior or input pattern? So the arrival of the customer is mainly, we will say it is an input pattern. So input pattern deals with customer arrival and join the system, and the probability can be described in terms of an arrival pattern. So normally based on the probability, the sequence of arrival can be mentioned in the form of a Poisson fashion. So the mean arrival rate is denoted by lambda. So the input, or we will say it is an arrival pattern. And finally we will say it is a service mechanism or service pattern. The service pattern is specified, which is also known as many customer can be served at a time. The statistical description of the service time is that service time may be a constant or a random. So the service time in the form of an Poisson distribution, here we will say it is in the form of an exponential distribution, or else we can say it is a negative distribution. The mean service time is defined as a mu. So in the problem, first of all we have calculate lambda and then mu, and rho can be defined as a, that is mean of the system can be represented as lambda by mu. Finally we are going to discuss about the queue discipline. There are the four queue discipline: FIFO, LIFO, SRIO. FIFO is nothing but an first in first out, or we can say this is first come first served. LIFO can be said as LCLFS, last in first out. SRSO can be represented as service in random. For example, first in first out, we can say that if we go for the ration shop, or else we go for the to get a buy cinema ticket, or else in a bank, we can say that we will apply the first in first out. So who is approaching first, he will be out. So last in first out, during the school days, we will submit the note to the class teacher. So at the time who submitted first can be served as a last one. So last in first out, we can say it's a LCFS. Service in random means if we want to raise some question for a student, means we have to ask a question. So normally we will go in an order, or else we will go with the random process. So that we will say it is a service in random. So these are the three discipline which is very important for the queue service discipline. So based on the queue discipline is mainly observed in the ration shop, big godown, and in the traffic, or else we can go with anywhere. And finally we have to discuss with the customer behavior. There are the four ways of customer behavior. One is balking, reneging, priority, jockeying. Balking is nothing but a customer may leave the queue if there is no waiting space. Reneging is nothing but waiting customer leave the queue due to impatient. Priority is nothing but some customers are served before the regardless for their order. And jockeying is nothing but customer may jump from one waiting line to another waiting line. For priority is nothing but if we go for a temple, we will have VIPs have a priority for the first. Jockeying means if there is a large queue in one line, means people have an impatient, and they will move from the one line to the another line. And if you have a what is meant by bulking means, if you go for the ration shop means, if there is a long type of queue due to no waiting space or else impatient, we will apply the reneging. Bulking is also same thing, we will leave the queue, there is no waiting space. So these are the behavior, customer behavior. So here so far we have explained the queue system. So these are the queue systems. Four categories we are going to discuss, we have discussed so from this topics. Thank you.